Okay, 6.6 inequalities in one triangle. Hey, Silencio.
Por favor.
Dope.
Triangle inequality theorem says each side of a triangle is shorter than the sum of its other two sides. Each side of a triangle is shorter than the other two, than the sum of the other two sides. So if AB plus AC has to be greater than BC. AB plus BC has to be greater than AC. BC plus AC has to be greater than AB. If for some reason, when you add two sides together and they are not greater than the third side, it's not a triangle.
Dope.
The unequal sides theorem says a longer triangle side is opposite a greater angle. We talked about that yesterday a little bit, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so if BC is greater than AC, then that means the measure of angle A is greater than the measure of angle B. Okay, so if BC is greater than AC, angle A is greater than angle B.
You said it's only shorter than the sum of its other sides. What if?
What if what?
Never mind.
What?
Does that work with every triangle?
Si, señorita.
Stop.
I'll give you about 20 more seconds, because when you start dancing and laughing, I
But
feel
I didn't
like you're
say anything. That is not fair. That's
Oh,
not
okay,
fair.
this way, don't you?
I don't understand.
Shut
That's
your
what you did.
Chloe.
He sounds like Luigi.
No, it's this one video with like Italian people. Marcello, what are you
That's
doing?
racist.
It's not.
Hello,
Italian?
Makes sense why you sound like Luigi.
I'm Italian, I can do it. Thank you very much. I'm just saying.
What?
I'm German.
Luigi's Italian,
I'm
in
Irish.
case you're wondering, and so is Mario.
I'm German.
Let me guess, 0.5%.
I'm from Kentucky.
Same.
Or you can marry your cousin.
What?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I mean, my cousin.
Sweet home Alabama. Dang.
I said I'm from Kentucky, not Alabama.
Do you know that it's actually like Mississippi that's more has more incest than Alabama?
Yes, thank
It's like Mississippi or
Florida.
Missouri.
5.
Wait.
Say Mississippi, right?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
No. 4. To the seventh day. Hold on.
Penguin's face is
Wait.
Chloe, put that hand to your ear again.
That's something you don't hear every day.
Okay.
Go ahead again.
Going to mark your card because it's so annoying.
Do it.
The only
Do
card we're
it.
gonna have is
Do
from
it.
Mr. Lewis, because my computer was
You're on film.
my computer was in
Yeah.
charge, and it's a valid card.
Inequalities of
No,
sums
it really wasn't.
of triangle sides. A triangle has sides of lengths 5 and 9. Write an inequality to describe the possible lengths of the third side.
5 plus 9 is less than or greater than or the see I have to see it. I can't say it.
You said 5 plus 9
Yes.
is what? Greater than
Greater than
Z,
Z.
correct?
Yes.
So then that means that
Yes.
Z has to be less than 5 and 9 added together, right?
Yes.
So then you
Yeah.
get 14 is greater than Z.
Sure.
Yes?
Sure. Yay. Sure.
Okay? 14 is greater than Z. Now, you need one more inequality.
Ow, 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 ow. Z is greater than or equal to.
Okay, you have the right idea what you're doing, but we actually need to do this a different way. Okay? Right idea.
Do we have to graph it?
No, no, no.
Stop. That's what the algebra people are doing right now.
Okay. It says write an inequality to describe the possible lengths of the third side. Yes? Lengths. Meaning there's a range for these lengths, correct? Now, if you add those two sides together, it has to be less than 14, right? Z would have to be less than 14. Now, what other two sides could be added together? What else do you have to
9
do?
and
Five and
Z
Z.
and 5 and Z.
5 and Z have to be greater than what?
Z.
Than 9.
Sorry.
So Z plus 5 have to be greater than 9.
Yes.
Meaning Z has to be greater than
4.
4. So my inequality is Z is greater than 4 and Z is less than
9. 14.
14.
Yes.
That's the range. So if any number fell in that range, it would be a triangle.
Did you make a double inequality?
Not
So-
on that because it separates.
What if you did 14 greater than z and then greater than 4?
You mean like this?
Miss Peters, my girlfriend got money
Yes.
in my coat pocket. I'll get it to you after class.
Okay.
You have a girlfriend?
You can do that.
Really?
Write it. Write it whatever
Yes,
way
it's
you want,
awesome.
Brandon. That's fine. Write it whichever way. Yes, ma'am.
Does this work for like all triangles?
All
where
triangles.
The smallest side is one less, and that's the.
All triangles.
Yes.
It works for all triangles.
No, like you could do it like if whatever the smallest side is -1, and that's the least amount. Like if the triangle was z, 10 and 7.
You would have to do 7 plus 10, so it would be z has to be less than 8 than 17.
And then
And then you would have to do 7 plus, or you'd have to do 7 plus z is greater than 10, so z would be greater than 3. Because you
Well,
take the
it's
largest
different.
side, yes, and you add z to whatever the smaller of the two sides are.
oh, that was misleading because I thought it was -1 of 5. So I didn't really understand. I just was gonna make a pattern so then I wouldn't have to understand.
No. You have to understand. In triangle ABC, the measure of angle B,
There's a B on there?
there's no angles on there. Let's go like
Somebody's water. I'm quite thirsty.
Sucks.
the measure of angle B, oh, that's because we have to place the angles correctly.
I really don't want
Okay.
to use
The measure of angle B is half of the measure of angle A, and the measure of angle C is 30 degrees less than the measure of angle A. Place the angles correctly above.
Angle A is across from 7
Beautiful. Why do you say that?
because it has to be bigger than angle C anyway.
Because it has to be the largest one. Because B is half of A and C is 30 less than A. So then what would be the second one?
B would be the top one.
Oh, 9.
That one right there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
And then,
Then C.
beautiful. Okay.
Is this easy?
Wait a second, is that right?
Yes.
C and B
No.
might be switched.
C and B might be switched.
Yeah.
Why would C and B might be switched?
M is 30 less than A.
So if I take 30, you
Oh
said,
yeah, because 30 would be give you more than half.
yeah. So switch.
Wait, I'm confused. Can you explain it again?
Yeah, here, I'll show you. Okay, so we know A for sure is the biggest because the other two are compared to it and they're smaller comparisons. So A is across from 7.4. We've got that established, okay? After that, you need to decide, okay? It says the measure of angle C is A minus 30 and the measure of angle B is half of A, right?
Yeah.
You know that a triangle adds up to be what?
180.
180. So if you take 180 and set it equal to A plus 1/2 A plus A minus 30, right? Then I get this, 2.5 A, right?
Yeah.
Equals 150, correct?
Yes.
No,
No,
not
it'd be
150.
1 and 3, 210.
Divided by 2.5, what do you get A is?
Isn't it
2.5 would be 105.
You said what?
It's 105. No. Divided by 2 is
No,
105.
it'd be
Half of
210
what's half of 105?
Because the 2.5 and 2.5 is allowed. Right?
What?
Wait.
What did you just
No,
say?
it's what's half of 105? 50. Yeah, 2.5. So it'd be
210.
Oh, wait, you mean-
157.5.
Oh, I'm down.
It's 157.
No, it's not. Half 210 divided by 2.5 is 84.
Oh.
So that's what angle A is, okay, 84. Half of 84 is, 42.
42.
and 84 minus 30 is
52.
52. That's how you solve it.
No, wait, 54.
And then the biggest.
Sorry, I was looking at.
Yes, 54. And so then you would put angle C across from the second biggest side and put angle B across from
So
the,
that's how you do it mathematically.
that's how you do it. That's how you're gonna
I
need to do
get
it.
it.
That's how we have to do it.
That's what I would suggest.
Okay.
You'll mess it up the other way
Yeah,
probably.
I did.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So mathematically, you can set it up that way. Cool?
Yeah.
So you do everything in terms of whatever angle you know. Okay?
Okay.
I believe you, Drummond, that I'm.
Hinge theorem. The hinge theorem says if two sides of a triangle are congruent to those of another triangle, but the included angles are not congruent, then the longer third side is opposite the greater included angle. Meaning this: if side AC is congruent to DF and BC is congruent to EF,
Wait, can you say that again?
if AC
If AC.
and DF are congruent,
Okay.
and BC and EF are congruent, and the measure of angle C is greater than the measure of angle F, okay? Then AB, side AB is greater than side DE. Okay, common sense. Common sense here. If my angle is opposite the side that it goes with, yes,
Mhm.
then if the one angle is larger than the other angle that corresponds with it in the next triangle, that means that the side that corresponds are larger. Does that make sense? Okay. Which means they're
Oh,
just.
then the other corresponding
Yes.
sides are bigger than those
So
two
it
sides.
doesn't mean, so that means that these triangles are not congruent triangles, they're similar triangles.
Yeah, because they're different. So those two sides are congruent, but the third side is
Right.
bigger than those two
So
sides.
if this angle right here is larger than this angle right here, that means this side is larger than this side because this angle corresponds with that side.
Yeah. Okay. I get that. It's kind of cool. Math is so.
Yeah, we're starting to get into these fun triangle rules that make things a little bit easier.
You've been done since the beginning.
Courtney's like, yes, thank you. That's the hinge theorem. Now, what do you think the next theorem's gonna be?
Hinge theorem converse.
Yes. What does the converse say?
It's going to say that if that angle means that those two things, then those two things are congruent.
If AB is
You know what I
and
mean.
C
How about-
is greater than F, then AC is congruent to DF.
No, not congruent. These are not congruent triangles.
Similar, and the triangles are similar.
No, it's gonna say this. The converse says if AC is congruent to DF, BC is congruent to EF, that's the same thing. Then side AB, and side AB is greater than side DE, then I know angle C is greater than F. So the hinge theorem converse, the hinge
Because the
theorem
line
says
is an angle.
angles, then sides.
And the other
The
one.
converse says sides, then angles.
Okay.
Okay.
So, right, hinge is, it's like hinging on the angle. Hinge is angle, side, converse is sides, then angles.
Okay, cool.
Wait, so if AC, I was writing them the entire time, it wasn't anything. If AC, okay, BC,
Gotcha.
yes,
Okay,
See?
give me 1 second, because we have,
yeah,
What was your personality?
I wanna put one thing left up.
What
Let's
were
see.
you crack? But I'm not a crack.
it's not making any sense whatsoever.
what's
Crack
the
is
design?
whack, crack is
Was
whack,
that
crack is whack.
Okay.
That's very, whoever made that.
Okay,
Do you
I
know?
have perfect poetry.
Okay, here.
Sounds like a guitar string at first.
Crack is whack,
Yeah.
crack is whack, crack is whack, crack is whack.
Okay, here we go. So,
This is why I'm such good with little kids. I have so much energy.
I'm my sister's favorite brother, no cap.
Maybe she's lying.
I'm all my siblings this week. Just kidding, that's it.
I'm my brother's
See,
favorite
stuff me
sister.
and, the stuff me and my sister do is gold, so
I'm on mom.
let's just get it straight.
and what are the possible values for x? Guys, stop talking.
Okay.
Measure of angle G
I hope so too.
equals x plus 10 degrees, and the measure of angle T equals 2x minus 30. You know that CA is greater than D.
DG?
GG's mine.
Okay, so we know that angle, wait. G and T, so you should set them equal to each other
Why are you setting them equal to each other?
to find the measure of x.
They are not equal.
Sorry, they're similar. So I don't know.
If angle G is less than angle T.
10.
Why do you say angle G is less than angle T?
Because
It's
GA
double.
is less than DL.
Okay, so because side CA is less than DO, so I know that angle T is less than angle G, yes? So now what do I do from there?
You put the things equal, but like not equal, the little, like, you set them.
Put angle T,
Two
the
x
equation of
minus
angle
30
T on the
is
angle
less
T
than
side.
plus
And you
2x minus 30 is
Yeah.
less than
X plus 10.
x plus 10.
It's okay, Marco.
Okay, now what?
Then
You
you
do it wrong, you work it
add
out.
minus x. X is less than 40.
Plus 30 minus x.
So x is less than,
40. Sorry.
That's what you said, Sam. Nice.
yes, except for you must show me work.
Oh, well.
Sam told
Now,
me all this
You
shit.
thought you were done because it's like the side ones, it has a range.
Oh. So you can plug it back in?
Well, it has to fit, no, it has to fit between two things. How do I get the
Oh,
other
yeah.
side?
You have to do,
Less than.
you should do, yes.
No.
No, I know what you have to do, I know. You have to plug X back in. And then,
No.
You have to
No,
find the measure
never mind.
of the other angle.
But yes,
and
you
then
do.
find the
No, you don't.
Nope, I need you to think for a second. I'm gonna ask you some questions, so think before you speak. Okay, when we did it with sides, we know that there were two equations we had set up, because you had to add the greatest side, the two sides together and set them greater than the third side. Then we took the smallest side and added it to the side we were trying to find and set it greater than the biggest side, yes?
Did we?
Okay, yes.
Sure.
Now, here, we did what you're supposed to. We know that one is less than the other, so we set it that way, and we know that x has to be less than 40. But if angle T is less than angle G, we need to focus on that angle, because angle T is the smaller angle, okay? What is the measurement that angle T cannot be?
It's
less than
40.
No,
I mean, it can't be,
no,
Cannot
stop,
be greater
Stop.
than 40.
stop,
be bigger than.
stop,
sorry.
and think. Let me finish what I'm saying. What is angle T? What can angle T not be? Because an angle cannot be this, period.
Negative.
Less than 0.
What kind of, Margot? Not less than 0, but it can't be
0.
0. So, yes, so we're gonna set it up in an equality, set less than 0. Because angle T, the other way we get this is we say angle T is less than,
Mr. T.
or is greater than, yes, 0 degrees. Because it can't be 0. You can't have an angle that is 0 degrees. So we find our other parameter by taking whichever angle is the smallest one and setting it greater than 0. So then I plug this in. 2x minus 30 is greater than 0. So what does x come out to be?
15.
X has to be greater than 15. So if you want to set this up the way Brandon likes to set it up,
Yeah.
okay,
You do
you would do what?
15 is less than x, and then greater than
15 is less than x, x is
greater
less than 40.
I don't like to.
Someone with a picture.
Okay, so you have to give me, when it says, what are the possible values for x, when talking about angles or side lengths, you have to give me two inequalities.
It's fine.
Yes, you are done.